Today we'll talk about simple interest. Simple interest. Interest. Let's see how we calculate that out. Interest is the principal and principal is a starting money. The money that you either deposit or something you're going to start with. That's your principal. Times the rate. And the rate is usually given in percent. Multiplied by the time. And the time is given in years. So you have a certain amount of money, it's multiplied by a certain percent, and for so many years. And that's how we calculate interest. Simple interest. Okay, so that's our formula. Now let's go ahead and, it's a word problem. If you want to put your name instead of my name, I just put my name in there, but if you want to put yours, go ahead. So I said, Mr. Medberry deposits $1,000 at the bank. That means I gave them $1,000. The interest rate is 6%. The interest rate is 6%. So I deposit $1,000 at the bank. The interest rate is 6%. Next, find the simple interest earned in 4 years. Find the simple interest earned in 4 years. Then, find the total of principal plus interest. Then find the total of principal plus interest. So there's actually two things we're looking for. Find the simple interest earned in 4 years. Then find the total of principal plus interest. Okay, let's start with the first one. Find the simple interest earned in 4 years. Well, here's our formula for interest. Interest equals the principal, I'll just use the letter P, times the rate times the time. And so all we have to do is just plug in the numbers for that. Right? Principal, rate, and time is the interest. Start with the principal. It says Mr. Medberry, or whoever it is, deposits $1,000 at the bank. That is a principal. $1,000. So 1,000. That's my principal. And I'm just going to put that in parentheses. Times our rate. What's the rate? It says the interest rate is 6%. So that's our other number. Now, the thing is, though, when you put down, don't just put 6%, put it in decimal form, 0.06. That's the decimal form of 6%. Because we're going to have to multiply these numbers out. And the last thing is the time. It says, find the simple interest earned in 4 years. Okay, so I'm going to multiply by 4. And there's our formula, or there's the numbers we're going to use for the formula. Deposit $1,000 at 6% for 4 years. find out how much interest I will earn, or you will earn. Now here's how I do this. I take these two numbers right here, 1,000 times 4. I can do that very easily. 1,000 times 4 is simply 4,000. Right? That's 4,000. So now I'm going to take 4,000 times 0.06. This just makes it faster for me. And what property is that if I move things around? If I change the order of how I multiply, what property is it when I change the order of how I multiply? Commutative property. Okay, so now I'll multiply this out, and I get 6 times 4 is 24. I'm going to move the decimal over 2 spaces, because this is a, yep, there's a decimal there, 0.06. I move it over 2 spaces, and there it is. So it's $240. So my interest is $240. That's the interest after 4 years at 6%. But that's only part of it. That's only half of it. Remember, that's one question. The other one is, then find the total of principal plus the interest. The principal plus the interest. Okay, well, let's write that down. What was our principal? Our principal was $1,000, right? And the interest plus the interest was $240. So our total comes out to be 1,000 and 240 is just $1,240. And that's our total. So what's happened is I deposit $1,000. After 4 years, I earn $240. The bank will give me $240. So now I have 1,000 plus 240. That's $1,240. 1,240. And there's my answer.